I'm here with Bob Rankin from the South Australian Country Shows Association. We're at the Royal Adelaide Show. Bob has been around country shows for a long time, currently the publicity officer for the South Australian Country Shows movement. Bob, importance of country shows still play a big part in regional South Australia?
Very much so, Rob. It's a pleasure to be here on TV and support country shows and promote them. They play a big role in community across the state. There's a lot of communities across the state that benefit from their country show, both in respects of tourism and getting show involvement throughout the community.
Yeah, certainly. I've been to a lot over the years, and they're a great event in those communities. How are we going for numbers? We're holding up as far as the number of shows go?
We certainly are. We've got 50 around the state, and this year we've reached a couple of milestones. We've got Lipson Show, which has been in recess for a few years now, and they're starting up this year. So we're going down to Lipson on the long weekend, on the Saturday of the long weekend. And Mount Gambier Show this year reaches their 150th birthday. So they've spent quite a bit of money developing their showgrounds and whatnot, and improving things down there. So we'll look forward to being down there to catch up with them.
Yeah, well, that'll be a big celebration. One of the important things that shows have done over time is certainly as far as facilities in a lot of country towns. The show societies have provided an enormous number of facilities. You've been around for a long time with the Show Society movement. How long have you been there?
I've been here in this capacity since '97. We started up the promotions unit. We used to have a little promotions unit around the corner, which was an old caravan, which really wasn't becoming of the associations. And since we've been here, we've come indoors and promoted things a little bit more professionally, to the extent whereby we're now part of the Yellow Brick Road, and where we used to trap 2,000 people during the course of the show, we now reach around 20,000 people. Yeah. And they all take away their little brochure, which tells them about country shows, and it's a show date calendar, so they can pin the calendar on the fridge and not forget a country show date.
Yeah. Your initial involvement yourself, which show were you with and when did you start?
I'm with Wilmington. Like a lot of committee members, I was elected president. They threw me in off the deep end, and I didn't even know how a show ran or how it was convened, and more to the point, I didn't know who convened the conveners, of each section. So we've come a long way from then, and since then I've been involved in country shows at association level, and now I'm with the state body, the Agricultural Societies Council of South Australia.
Yeah, well, one of the issues has been that a lot of guys have been doing certain jobs within show societies for 50 years and whatever, and it's really important we get the next generation to come through. The Ambassadors program that's been run the last few years, you call that a big success?
Oh, very much so. We're in our 11th year now, and last night we had our show dinner for the young rural ambassadors, and we have a new lot of ambassadors, and the winner was a lass by the name of Kroehn from down the southeast border districts, and she's going to be a great asset. We've been at it 12 years, and we've now find that a lot of these young rural ambassadors that have gone through the system, if you like, are now back with their respective show societies and promoting their shows. The last previous ambassador we had was actually secretary of Narracourt Show, so there you go.
Yeah, well, that seems to be working well. Well, all the best, Bob. You've got many more years, no doubt, to come, but you've done a great job, and certainly the show societies across South Australia do a terrific job for their communities.
It's been a great pleasure working for the Agricultural Societies Council in respect of promoting country shows. We are a great big family, and we like to stick together, and we like to improve our communities as a whole. And being part of the country show movement is a great way to go about it.
Yeah. Well done, Bob, and would encourage anyone to get along to their local show when they can, and certainly the calendars are around the place, so support the people who've been doing a great job. I'm here in a pen of alpacas with Cathy Chapman. Cathy and her husband Andrew run a mixed farm, I suppose, at Salter Springs, north of Hamley Bridge in South Australia. And part of their operation is alpacas.
Yes.
Cathy, welcome to the program. How long have you been in the alpaca business?
We've been in it since 1992. So when we first started, there were only 30 alpacas in South Australia.
Right, well, certainly growing, driving around the countryside, it's grown a lot since then. And obviously, it's an industry which, for those who want to diversify, it's well and truly there. Setting up for alpacas, much in the way of requirements, I think fencing's reasonably simple, but does it cost a lot to get into the alpaca industry?
It depends what aspect of the alpaca industry. If you're really wanting to get into the fleece, good quality fleece, you need to have a bit of background. Make sure you read up on your subject, because to get a good quality animal for the fleece, you're going to pay extra money. Right. If you're just having a pet type animal, you will pay less. Yeah.
So they're certainly a beautiful looking animal, and they look very gentle when they look at you. I'm aware they spit occasionally, and whatever, but they are a beautiful looking animal. I see they've all got names at the moment. You've got 70 alpacas and they've all got a nickname.
Yes, they have. Because we're part of the association, we register all of our animals, and in that we gain a pedigree, and so we like all of them to have our stud name and an animal name to go with the animal.
Right. So with the to buy a couple of alpacas, what sort of money would you be looking to establish just to buy 2 alpacas, for instance?
The breeding females starting anywhere from $1,000, increasing depending on whether she's pregnant and the quality of her fleece. So the better quality fleece and the denser the fleece, the more you're going to pay. So average animals that are reasonable quality, $2,000 to $4,000. Show winning animals, you can go up to $40,000.
Right, so there's a fair old range there. With the fleece, what sort of prices do good quality fleeces raise?
Fleeces that are under 18 micron, you're getting up to $50 a kilogram, which is a very good price. Anything from 18 to 23 micron, you're getting about $12 a kilo, and after that, when you're getting to stronger fibre, it drops back considerably.
I'm aware you shear them once a year. I think I'm correct with that. How many kilos would a good size animal sort of cut?
4 to 5 kilos for a good animal. Average animals are around your 3 kilo.
Right, okay. But so the herd size, or if that's the right word, in South Australia and Australia, do you know roughly where we're at the moment as far as the number of animals go?
Australia-wide, there'd be at least 150,000. And South Australia, we would have at least 200 breeders. Victoria and New South Wales have the majority of breeders, but South Australia would be coming close up behind that.
And I suppose being a relatively new industry, the Royal Show would be pretty important, both to get people to become aware of them, but also sort of for people to sort of think seriously about getting into the industry.
Yes, certainly is, especially when you've got your quality alpacas, and considering it was 18 years ago, they were very average animals, and now they're beautiful, dense, fine fleeced animals, very solid conformation, and it is a good display, and it shows people what is possible.
Yeah, no, it's one of those industries that's a big opportunity. Obviously a big week for you at the show, and no doubt when you get home you've had a lot of rain, and hopefully the crops have continued to grow. So all the best for the rest of the season, and thanks for coming on the show. I'm here with Amanda Kroehn, who last night was adjudged South Australian Royal Ambassador for the next 12 months. Congratulations, Amanda, and how's it feel?
Overwhelming, thanks very much, Rob. Yeah, completely overwhelmed and very excited about the opportunities that are going to come from this. We had a great bunch of people in the competition, and so I feel very privileged to be here in the winner's status. Yeah, no, it's been a terrific program, and certainly a big step up from over the last 10-15 years. We've seen some really good people come through, and they've put a lot back in. So you've got 12 months ahead of you, which will be quite interesting. Study tour included in that? There is a study tour. Myself and the two runners-up have the chance to go over to New Zealand for 2 weeks in conjunction with the Auckland show. So a chance for us to get involved in what they do over there with their youth involvement and see how everything happens in their show.
Yeah. Well, a little bit about yourself from the Keith area, off a farm down there. Just give us a brief background on Amanda.
Well, I grew up in the Barossa Valley, lovely part of South Australia. I studied an agricultural science degree, just due to my love of the land, and I am now an agronomist with a local store down there, and living on the property with my husband. He's been there for about 8 years, and yeah, going very well.
Yeah, no, that sounds good, and good season down there.
It's looking very good at the moment. Apparently we've had quite a bit of rain since I've been up here in Adelaide, so things are nice and wet and looking promising, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. So over the next 12 months, what sort of time commitment do you expect that this will take? Obviously you've got your job to worry about in the meantime.
I do. I work full time, but look, everyone here has been very flexible and, you know, looking for some sort of input into, I guess, the realms of what goes on behind the show, so getting involved in committees. The Next Generation program, which was launched earlier this year, I'm looking forward, not only myself but the whole group is looking forward to getting involved in and really promoting the youth of country shows and country areas, and, you know, get it going. So that's not going to happen not only in South Australia but Australia wide, so that's a really exciting thing to get going.
Yeah, look, one of the big problems in rural Australia has been getting the young people engaged and giving them the confidence and finding the time to do so. Just a quick sketch of how you got here, like the process of selection down there, and then what the last week or so is involved.
Well, interestingly, the Keith and Tintinara District Show, which is my local show that nominated me, haven't had the Rural Ambassador Award before, and it was due to lovely Tanya Simpson, who was a previous Miss Showgirl. She was really keen to get something going, so she encouraged me and a few other local people to put ourselves out there and get involved and just to get it happening. So I won at the Keith show level, and I was then taken to our regional finals, which is the southeastern border, so we had competitors from Narracourt, Meningie, Kingston, things like that, and then we went through an interview process with a panel of judges, asked lots of questions, and myself and another representative won there, and we've come up here to Adelaide for the last 4 or 5 days. We've had a chance to get behind the scenes at what goes on at the show, so it's been fantastic, and I've got to meet a great bunch of people that I believe are going to be lifelong friends.
Yeah, no, and I suppose that you'd encourage a lot of others to, over the next couple of years, really have a crack at it, and yeah, something worthwhile comes out of it, and it really just adds to what you and others can sort of give back to regional areas. So good luck over the next 12 months. No doubt there's a lot of it you're looking forward to, and congratulations on getting where you have, and we hope it's a terrific year for you, and that you can carry on the future and make a big investment.